Alan Stang is going to get the tough job. He's going to get the wrap-up. And the question, Alan, is what's right with America? What are we doing right? And what can we do to win? Are we going to win? Are things positive? Are they looking up?
Well, I think on the basis of my experience traveling around the country, and I get a chance to travel around more than most of you, I'm sure, I get the impression that we are winning, that we are making tremendous progress. And after all the years that I've been in this now, I see we're making more progress than I think we've ever made before in terms of the people joining our movement, in terms of the people reading our magazines, in terms of the influence, the crucial fact, the influence that we are beginning to have. And one example of that influence that we just had recently, you notice recently everybody's talking about what Frank Capel had in his column on McGovern. I mean, just one little column in review of the news. You know, nobody ever even heard of the magazine. As a matter of fact, Monday we taped the David Susskind show, if you ladies will pardon my language, in New York, and Susskind said there was no such organization. We got out of business, you know, as the Birch Society. He was surprised to find out there still was such an organization, see? Which means that there couldn't even be any such magazines as the ones we write for. But you see, we had one little column, Frank Capel, in his one little column space in his column every week, and everybody's talking about it now throughout the United States. I just got a call from a guy in Rome, Georgia it was, and he says in Atlanta and all over Georgia they're talking about it, and he wants more information about it. Here you have an example of the tremendous influence that we are already exerting. Remember that when you begin to hear about what we're doing on the Walter Cronkite show, well, you know, I mean, then the battle will be over. You know what I mean? He's the last guy who's going to find out about it. So I am more encouraged about what I see going on than I've ever been. I know if you get stuck, if you live in a town and you don't get a chance to travel, you get it into the habit. I used to do this of working on the same dummies, you know, and you work on them every day and you can't seem to get through, and you say to yourself, well, it was my fault. If I go back tomorrow and present it in a different way, he'll get it. And you do that, you know, you keep doing it, you can't make any progress, so you get discouraged. And you tell yourself it's your fault. It isn't your fault, it's his fault or her fault. You know, the only thing you can do is present somebody with the facts, and if he won't buy them, then there's something wrong with them, not with you. You have to go on to the next person. And if you do that, you'll find out that there are people actually trying to find out what our telephone number is. And this is what I find all the time. That, you know, people tell me they look in the telephone book, no listing. They couldn't find the organization. They don't need a presentation. They just want an application blank. And I find this more and more as I travel, once again, as I travel throughout the country. So I think not only can we win, I am more confident now than I've ever been. And I think I am realistically, because I believe that we are going to have to go through hell at this late stage of the game first before we do win. I think I'm being very realistic. It's perfectly possible that a night might come when all the lights will go out, the telephone will go off, the water will stop, and you know, Richard Nixon will come out and say, let me make this perfectly clear. I'm an anti-communist. I hate communists. I've hated communists from the very beginning. The communists are doing this. You are demanding that I do something about it. I'm going to do something about it. We're going to have to take complete control of everything in order to stop those rotten communists. I mean, you know, a thing like this is perfectly possible under Executive Order 11490. And it, you know, it conceivably could happen this year. I don't know. I am not consulted when the plans are laid. But I believe that in the face of everything that we are up against, that more and more we can save our country, our great Constitution, and that we can win through this battle, even in the face of the terrible things that are going to happen. Well, now, another thing about Alan Stang is that he hasn't had a full meal of any kind since the day before yesterday. And so I don't even know whether what I've said has made any sense. I feel I'm a little incoherent, so I'm sure that some of you feel the same way, ladies and gentlemen. And so on that inspiring gastronomic note, I'm going to return the microphone to our illustrious managing editor, who I hope will dismiss us.
Yes. Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.